Okay, I'd like to call the Human Resources and Public Works Committee to order. Could we look at the agenda? Get a motion.
Sure, make a motion to approve the agenda as set.
All those in favor, it's been moved and support, moved and supported to approve the agenda. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same aye. Is not opposed, but for that we have agenda. And our first item is call to the public. Do we have any public online?
There is no one at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Okay. That being the case, our first item is consider approving change order number 3 with JBS Contracting Incorporated in the amount of $880 for the Commission on Aging Pavilion Project and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Yeah, so Julie just went down the hall to see if Jen was here, so I don't know if you want to maybe move item 5 up while we look. for
Sure,
Jen.
sure. Yeah, in the situation we have now, we're going to the next item, which is item 5, discussion of the MSUE District 6 Director Eric Karbowski regarding FY25 budget request for MSU extension. Hi, Eric.
Good morning.
Eric.
Happy Monday, Tuesday. Oh,
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
That's all right, but now you have to sit through it.
Just like that. You snooze, you lose. Thanks.
Your cat?
Oh, man. that's-
Happy Monday, Tuesday. Thank you, sir.
yeah.
Good morning.
You want your spot back?
No.
Okay.
Generous.
I'll take a little pressure off here. Well, thank you for allowing me to be here to talk just a little bit about the upcoming budget. And I know in September special board, or I'm sorry, in March's special board meeting, I think on behalf of our entire organization, just want to say thank you for your continued support of MSU Extension. And so after having meetings, a few different budget meetings, and kind of working through with the university, with our leadership, and then also with the local administration. I wanted to bring forth kind of like what our proposed budget will be. And then if this is supported here, then we will move forward with more formalizing the annual report and then the upcoming MOA. But I think what we did, we actually were able to reduce by $3,000 what our ask was from the last year's MOA. So this is kind of like a worksheet that we use that breaks down essentially what those costs are. And so what we did, where we saved that extra $3,000 was from the Master Gardener program. We are going to remain committed to providing that service to Isabella County. But we were able to kind of offset through some cost savings, the $3,000 that had been previously allocated in Isabella County for support in that jointly funded position. And so I just wanted to move forward because we do have some other moving parts. We had our 4-H program coordinator that retired. And so we do want to, if this budget presents as though it's going to continue to be supported, like was shared at the special meeting, then we do want to move forward with that, especially with fair season coming forward.
Oh, yeah.
things
Oh,
like
yeah.
that too. So we may not have, thankfully Noni has been supporting that, putting kind of, keeping all the things intact for us. But, I think.
Which speaks to the value of that position too.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, Noni's done above and beyond in a lot of different spaces. I think as we've kind of all worked to navigate this unforeseen and at times trialing financial situation. But so I guess I'm happy to field any questions if there are on this, or if that the next steps seem reasonable to you.
Yeah, appreciate the consideration of the circumstances and working with us so well.
Yeah, they've been in a conundrum with the retirement of the 4-H coordinator position because of the zero-based budget talks, right? And how do they move forward to fill that if they don't know? So this is good discussion.
Any other comments too?
Well, no, I like the program. I mean, and Noni's always been there and done a great job. So, it just depends on all the other things that we've got going, all the moving parts.
Mhm.
I mean, I think that all comes into consideration, so.
Do we have kind of a timeline then? Because I think that's the other, I guess, question mark we have, right? Like, we've been trying to work with campus to just with my leadership essentially to say, hey, where are we at with this so that we can kind of plan and move forward too? Is there a timeline for when some of these decisions will be made, just so we can communicate with our external partners, right? With the 4-H community, because
Mhm.
we've been trying to bridge those gaps to the best we can, but we also have, a lot of lives that are impacted
Sure.
through those different programs. And I think credit to Noni, but also our volunteer. We have a strong
Sure.
volunteer base. But at some point that will also,
Right.
things will surface and, if we don't have that person in that place, well, then we'll work through it the way we can, but.
Mhm. Well, I know that the first draft of the budget will go to finance yet this morning.
Okay.
So that process is been well underway, and we started early because of the zero-based budget meetings. And so these budget meetings we've been having over the last couple of weeks here are really more follow-up. And so the bulk of the budget work has been done, and I will say, I guess, spoiler alert, normally this first draft budget that we bring to finance is sometimes $5 million over, right? This is the department requested. This one's pretty, I'm not saying we're there or balanced, but it's pretty understandable why it is what it is. And I don't know that we're gonna have a lot more massaging, right? To tons more to do. So that said, we are closer to having a final product than normal, but budget calendar says we'll adopt it in September, right? So that's when it's final and said and done. Finance had talked about, can we adopt it sooner? And I did check with legal, and we can adopt it. We don't have to wait until September. We do have to have the public hearing, and you have to notice the public hearing, and certainly there's a process to it that we have to follow, but it could happen sooner this year. If Melissa is watching, she is shuddering right now too, because she's like, wait, we always have all these drafts. I just think we're probably closer coming out of the gate this year than we've been in the past. I think to Commissioner Hutchinson's point, this committee can't
Right.
speak for, neither can finance committee.
The other
neither
five,
can- Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Right.
Exactly. But I do think, as you mentioned, Eric, at the March special board meeting where you saw the zero-based budget and that extensions was mostly held whole, kept whole in that. I think that shows the level of support.
Right.
That you have at the board.
Right.
If that's not enough to, to go forward to hire somebody, I understand that.
Yeah,
But we are working towards adoption as soon as we can.
for sure.
I mean, hopefully
All the
we
way
can
around.
make it whole, and, I mean, this isn't the largest thing in our thing to worry about, but it's every little bit helps, so.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
No, I don't think we need to do anything here, but, I'm hopeful that this can all go and we can keep you whole.
Mhm.
Me too, for sure.
I
Mhm.
I'm
mean,
sure we have the
it
support of all
does
the
affect,
commissioners.
and it's, we get pressure on us. I mean, you take a project like this out of it, and what do you look like? There'll be a lot of people that are gonna complain, so.
Definitely.
I mean, I grew up in
Indeed.
the little farming community west of here. What are you doing? So yeah, and we can't say, but, yeah, I think it looks good, so.
Well, I very much appreciate your.
You'll be the first to hear.
We appreciate your support, and at least, now that you have kind of those numbers where we've been trying to work through to and make it
Yeah.
as, cost effective as we can, which we try to do anyways, but,
Sure.
so awesome.
Good.
Well, thank you very
Okay.
much.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you,
much.
sir.
Okay,
You worried us, Jen.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
okay, our next item is consider approving change order number 3 with JBS Contracting Incorporated in the amount of $800,000 for the Commission on Aging Pavilion Project and authorize the board chair to sign the same. We have Jennifer Crawford, our Director of Commission on Aging here to break down the situation.
Yeah, so this is just a minor change to the project, but one that would save us money in the long run. This would be installing a curb in front of the lift station, which is part of that sewer project that we had to do with the pavilion project, which was a part of our last change orders. And basically what it will do is protect that lift station so somebody doesn't drive over and crash into it, which then would cost us a lot of money to have to repair. So by, this $880 would save us money in the long run by just installing this curb. So definitely, I'm in favor of this and hopefully you would be as well. This would bring the grand total of our project to $551,151 for the pavilion,
Yeah,
the full project.
I mean, safety things,
Mhm. Mhm.
how big of a curb is this?
It's just a 10-foot, what do they call it? A 10-foot lineal foot or 10 lineal foot concrete curb.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
not very big,
No.
but just enough to keep a car from running over it, which as we can see in our parking lot, we
Those are
put those
expensive.
curbs around our islands, the flower islands, just in the last couple of years. And what that has saved the last 2 years in sprinkler heads being redone and the
Wow.
spring from people driving over those. And the garden clubs are so happy with us because their flowers are intact. So, I think it's really a smart idea to put the curb over this.
Definitely.
Where are we date wise?
They're thinking, the last time I talked to them, it was June 7th, but at that time, every day of rain that we would have to add a day because they were working on the EPIS and that could not be done in rain. And so we've had a few days of rain since then. So I would say mid-June. I think that would be a safe thing to say. We would like to have like a little party out there, just some music and just something to kick it off. Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds good.
So you
Yeah.
gonna play some pickleball?
I'm excited to try it myself. I've never played, but I'm excited. I think it would be great. I know that I get calls all the time about it. There are some very serious groups.
Oh, yeah.
We've put it in the wrong direction, according to some. We didn't build enough to some, so I just keep saying, we're just trying to offer something fun for the older adults we serve. Maybe they wouldn't be comfortable going out where it's so
Right.
competitive, and maybe this will give them a space to feel safe and just try it. So, but it's a very popular
Oh, you
popular
go down
hobby.
to Island Park.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
always playing down
Yes.
there. And they're quite competitive.
Yes, and they have a lot of courts, so,
Yeah.
yeah. We're just giving a little sample,
Sounds
but it'll be wonderful, I know.
No, I think you'll have people out there in the summer and enjoying the weather.
I think so too. And with the shuffleboard too, I've reached out to Jamie at Community Foundation and I'm working with her on a potential grant for the seating for underneath the pavilion because it would fall under ADA. And she had a potential grant that we could utilize, hopefully. We
Great.
also do have some funding through the Community Foundation as well, from Commission on Aging that we may be able to use to do the purchase
Great.
too, but we're looking into that. I'm looking into that right now. So hopefully we can have at least the seating here this summer as well, because I don't know what the lag time is for that. So,
Sounds great.
yeah.
It's been a long time.
Oh, my goodness. Yes,
We're getting to the home stretch.
we're getting there.
We're almost there. All right, I'll make a motion to consider approving the change order number 3 with JBS Contracting Incorporated in the amount of $880 for the Commission on Aging Pavilion Project and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support. It's been moved and supported to move item 4 to the work and regular session of the county commission next week. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. It's been approved, so we'll be putting that item on next week's meetings. Thank you.
Thank
Jennifer.
you.
Okay, do we have any announcements at this time? Call to public?
There is no one at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, given that, I will adjourn the meeting of the Human Resources and Public Works Committee. Thank you, everyone.